What's going on, people? My name is Alan. Welcome to a Toronto Hoop Talk live stream today. We got a watch-along. We got Clippers, Raptors. It's been about a week since I've done a watch-along. Good to be back. The West Coast road trip made these things very difficult to do during weekdays, but it's a Saturday night. Don't have shit else to do. So here we are, ready to watch a Raptors game. Immanuel Quickley's back, so that's phenomenal. Look forward to watching some basketball. It's been a minute. I've missed most of the West Coast road trip myself. Shout out to everybody watching right now. Hope you guys got a chance to watch more than me. You guys can do some, educating in the chat. Let me know what I missed. I see my guy Digger Ocean is in here. Shout out to everybody tapped in. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is what we're about to do today. We're about to watch this game. I'm gonna share this screen to get our scoreboard ready to go. And we'll get into it. I'm going to try to look for a starting five because I haven't quite tapped into that yet. All right, what do we got? Why is this so hard to find? Because I know Quickley's back, but he's on a minutes restriction, so I don't think he's starting. Cool. Oh, he is starting. Oh, this is cool. We got IQ, Grady, RJ, Ochai, and Jakob Poeltl. So we honestly have the whole starting lineup except Scotty. So that's nice. I think I saw Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk are at least involved with the team in the practices. So hopefully we get to see them as well at some point. Yep, hopefully the game stream works today. Couldn't get into the game feed last night. Wait, what? Oh, was there an issue with the broadcast? I didn't watch the game myself, so I don't know. But that sucks. Do you watch on the apps? Do you watch on actually, I'm not. Well, if you watch illegally, I can't support that, but shout out to you. Hopefully that works out. But yeah, I didn't even make an attempt myself. So who does that leave us with in terms of injuries? We're waiting for Scotty, Jacoby, Olynyk and Brown were back. Oh, Garrett Temple. That doesn't even really count though. Jacoby, man, that's frustrating. It's so frustrating. We're so perfectly positioned to give a young player minutes, hassle-free, not even think about the drawbacks of a young player playing and messing up. We're so nicely positioned for something like that. And the guy just has to keep hurting that shoulder. Are the Clippers wearing a throwback as well? Or did they just have different uniforms? Oh, no, yeah, these are different uniforms. They look good, though. Camera on Norman Powell, former friend. I've seen a lot of Raptors fans looking back to that Gary Trent Jr. trade. Sometimes these trades age horribly. That one looks awful. So we got tip-off. Zubats against Poeltl. Poeltl wins the tip-off out of bounds. He wins the jump ball so cleanly that it's Clippers ball. Or not. Or not. They're redoing the tip-off. I don't know what happened here. If somebody who has the audio of the game could let me know. I actually don't know why they are tipping this off again or what there is to be confused about. It's just Clippers ball, right? Referee's annoying already. A tale as old as time. So Grady's guarding Terrence Mann. IQ gets the Harden matchup. That's interesting. We'll see how that goes. RJ gets Derek Jones. And that leaves Ochai for Norman Powell. So we put the better defender on Norman Powell and left IQ for James Harden. That's interesting. IQ gets the ball. Fakes the dribble handoff to Grady. Oh, good pass to a cutting Grady who gets tripped up. They spelt Pirtle's name wrong. They listed him as, that would be Pirtlet. That's terrible, man. Get the man's name right. He's been playing well enough to get his name respected. The poor guy has to always play for the bad teams. You know, he was with the Spurs between their good years and their Wemby years. Got traded by the Raptors right before a championship. Traded back to the Raptors right in time for them to blow up their team. The poor guy has to always line up with teams' shit windows. And on top of that, you get the guy's name wrong. And Grady splits the free throws. I wonder how the Clippers like super fan section thing has gone. If it's actually successfully led to an atmosphere. Because if so, I'd love to see the Raptors recreate something like that because it's missing. It's missing. The atmosphere is not the way it used to be. RJ operating, kicks it to the corner. Ochai kind of hesitates to shoot the three. I never love when players shoot after hesitating because I just feel like that's never a rhythm shot. And as Norman Powell gets a 4-point play somehow. I didn't know that Norman Powell is in his 4-point play era, but it is what it is. But yeah, I've never been like super enthused about players taking shots that much out of rhythm. But yeah, Norman Powell, the man on the thumbnail, has 4 of the 6 Clippers points so far. And we only have 1. So Norman Powell outscoring everybody else in this game 4-3. And that's why he's on the thumbnail. IQ, pick and roll with Pirtle, draws the contact, gets the bucket to fall, doesn't get the call, and doesn't complain whatsoever. Immediately gets to D'ing up Harden and actually probably denies him the ball. Because I do think they were trying to get Harden the ball. You love to see it from quickly. Zubats gets the entry pass into the post. Zubats, oh my God. How did he get past Pirtle so easily? Come on, Jakob Pirtle. No way you can get beat by. No way you get beat by Zubats that quickly. Grady loses his footing a bit, passes too quickly, gets it back. Grady gets to the basket, gets fouled. At the free throw line, you already missed one. I need to see 2 for 2. I need it. We need that. The big circular scoreboard above the court does look good at certain camera angles, even on the TV. Because it's like, if you're there at the game, looking at the game, you don't have to look too much higher than the court to see scoreboard information. Because sometimes when you want to look at the scoreboard at the games, you do have to completely turn away from the court. Like the idea of having it so close to the court is a good idea. Norman Powell to the basket. Great job of finding Derrick Jones in the corner. Open 3, misses. You can live with Derrick Jones shooting shots. RJ in transition. So we're going to see RJ at the free throw line. RJ's free throw numbers. Actually, we can do a deep dive at some point. Maybe the next commercial break, we'll research his career free throw numbers. Because I swear he's been a shaky free throw shooter. He doesn't even get to the free throw line there. I would have given him the continuation. IQ Getting to the basket, goes for the finish with his left, misses, but Ochai is there for the putback. Not a putback dunk, but he got the rebound and went up immediately. Eight to 7, 9 minutes to go in the first. Zubats hands off to James Harden, who's looking for a pass. Good defense from the Raptors to not give something away so easily. Grady, one-on-one matchup with Harden. Don't bite, don't bite. Harden gets by him. Luckily, he can't finish at the rim. IQ gets going in transition. Grady's not looking for the pass. Chaotic possession. Air ball by Grady on the baseline. You don't see that often. Norm Powell, step back three. Norman Powell, 7 of the game's 18 points so far. Norm Powell wants to dominate this reunion. Quickly in the corner, great find by Grady, misses, but another putback by Ochai. Ochai is hitting the glass. I think he's listed as the 4, and he's playing like a 4 right now, man. 2 putbacks. 4 of our 5 points coming on Ochai Agbaji putbacks. The Raptors are getting Giannis. Yo, shout out this random Raptors propaganda from Luka Doncic. I appreciate you, but we're not getting Giannis, my brother. We're not. Look on the Giannis. He's going to Raptors. Look, I wish, my guy. I wish, but he's not. He's not. I wish he was, though. RJ to the free throw line? No. Wait. Yeah, it's Jakob. That makes sense. I don't know why they put the camera on RJ. I think this is... Oh, yeah, this is really the first time we're going to get to see, aside from opening night, what the point guard rotation looks like with Quickly back. This is a good point, but then also my point is like, let's say we for some reason have the best offer on the table. Whatever it would take for us to trade for Giannis, what would that leave us with? Does that leave us with a championship contender? No. What is the point of having a Giannis if you can't contend and have him at least satisfied in that way? You're just signing yourself up to have to trade him pretty soon after. I think Quickly forced a Harden turnover there. Either that or Harden just lost the handle by himself. RJ in transition. Great find in the corner. Quickly puts the floater up, misses. Jakob, rebound. We now have our first lead at 12-11, but more importantly, we have 6 points off offensive rebounds. Hitting the glass has paid off for the Raptors so far. Powell. Gets to the rim, misses, but the rebound goes the other way. Giannis would carry the team. Yo, here, Luka Doncic, I honestly think you are maybe one of the most pro Raptors fans I've seen. I think you think higher of the Raptors than a lot of Raptors fans do, and I appreciate you for that, bro. I appreciate you for that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think if Giannis can't carry the team he's on right now, he definitely can't carry us. Is there... No, there's nothing the Mavs could do to get Giannis, right? Like, even from a salary standpoint, I don't think they have the salaries to trade. Davion checks in, first sub in the game, checks in for Quickly. Raptors traded their 2019 lineup. Bad idea. Here's the thing, bro. I think the problem is that we didn't trade a lot of those pieces. Problem with our 2019 team is that we lost most of it to free agency. I mean, if we traded some of them before they left, maybe we could have got some value back and we wouldn't be so bad right now. My thing is I don't think long-term outlook, I don't think we're in a bad shape. Like, I think we'll figure things out. We're not a team that has a bunch of bad contracts and we're missing our own draft picks and stuff like that. We'll be fine. My point is just I think we delayed the inevitable 1 year. Pascal should have been traded 1 year earlier. OG should have been traded 1 year earlier. Van Vliet should have been traded maybe a year before the offseason before he left. Guys should have been traded when they have more value. That's actually the reason I did my last video, people. If anybody in here who hasn't watched it, it's a 17-minute video. It's a short live stream that I did. It's, I think, the last live stream on the channel. It's titled "When the Raptors Have to Make a Decision on Each One of Their Players," and it kind of gets into this idea of we're in the state that we're in right now because we waited too long to make decisions on some of our players. So, I think in the vein of learning from your mistakes, what I wanted to do was try to identify when the correct point is to make decisions on every single person on the team. And obviously, there's a bunch of players where the decision is either obvious or doesn't really matter. Like the decision on Chris Boucher is pretty simple. Like you'd like to trade, you ideally be able to trade him at some point this year. But if you don't, like, it is what it is. But if you look at a player like RJ, stakes are a bit higher. If you decide that you don't want to trade him, you let it run too long, but now you don't want to pay him what he wants, and then he leaves in free agency like a Van Vliet, the stakes are much higher in terms of losing value if you don't trade at the right time there. Scotty Barnes is the new Dwight Howard. Whoa, that's wild, my guy. That's wild. Who are the Raptors' rivals? Okay, this is a good question. I don't know if we have a strong I don't think we actually have a rivalry. I would say personally Cleveland, but I don't think Cleveland gives I don't like Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland cares about us though. I think we have one-way things. I think a lot of us hate Boston, but I don't think Boston cares about us. Us and Detroit have a weird thing going on. Maybe Detroit. You know what? Luka Doncic. I think about Detroit. You know what? This is a good idea too. So the reason it would be the Bucks is because we're 2-0 against them in the playoffs. We beat them without Kawhi, and then we beat them with Kawhi. And I think they don't like us for that reason. But no, I think it's Detroit because we used to go to their stadium, sell it out with Raptors fans, do Raptors chants, and make them have to play music. Didn't agree with your picks in that video. They'll be RFAs, so you don't need to make that decision until the second contract. Okay, my thing is with that though is that don't you think with the new the second apron doesn't even apply to us. Actually, ironically enough, the hard limit is a little bit lower for us because we're never going to be a luxury tax team. But I think in this era of financial constraint in the NBA, I don't necessarily think just handing guys on rookie deals contracts for the hell of it is a great idea either. If you don't see the vision with a player, I don't think there's no point. For example, Ochai, I don't want to hand him a second contract for no reason. If I see the vision of why he should be on the team, of course. But if it's not obvious and if it doesn't make sense, then I don't think you should pay them. So that's kind of how I look at it. Are the Cavs a threat to the Celtics? I don't think so. I'm not actually buying them as a viable threat to go to the finals. Raptors have paid the tax before. They just need to be good first. But I don't think that, I guess, is relevant to the conversation that we're having about the next 3-4 years, because the decisions we make in the next 3-4 years are in the build-up to us getting good. So before we're actually good enough, because I do know the Raptors wanted to go into the luxury tax after the championship, right? But my point is we're not going to be a luxury tax team until we get back to that level, and we have to make decisions on some of these players before that. How do you beat the Celtics when they have their best 5 players? I do think that Did Grady foul Harden there? I don't know. Contact seems minimal. I think Harden just knew to take a seat on the court. Okay. No, he didn't. He didn't let Harden land. He didn't let Harden land. Fair enough. I think at the kind of the breakneck pace that they play basketball at, in terms of taking a bunch of threes, taking a lot of shots, getting up and down the court, I think you need them to just miss their not make their shots at an incredibly high rate. But in terms of what you can do, your contributions, slowing the game down, being efficient from the field, I think you have to do what you can to make it so that they're not just taking like 30 more threes than you. Like, you do have to keep up in that way. Like, the way they shoot the three, mathematically, if you just let them shoot in volume, like way more than you, you're probably in trouble. So you have to keep that margin as thin as possible. And a part of that is slowing the game down so that they can get into the high volume that they want to. Because the Celtics are just playing math with basketball. Kind of in like, it's not quite what the Warriors were doing, but at the Warriors' peak, they were just saying like, hey, we shoot the three better than you. So we're simply going to shoot more volume, a higher volume of threes. We're going to do so by playing at a quick pace. We're going to get up a high volume of threes. And you're just going to have a hard time keeping up with us when it comes to putting points on the board. And they just smoke teams. Yes, I don't think the Dubs are a threat in the West anymore, as the Clippers miss. Pirtle gets the rebound. Davion in transition. Boucher misses at the basket. Kevin Porter Jr. passes up to James Harden. Is that Batum? Is number 23 Nick Batum? Who is that? I don't even know who that is. What's good, Leon? We got somebody in the chat here talking about the Celtics. The question is, how do you beat the Celtics when they have their best 5 players? As a Celtics fan, I'd love to hear you weigh in, bro. How do you beat that team? Curry healed. Yeah, bro. I don't think they're contenders anymore. I don't think they get enough from Wiggins or Draymond. I don't think they develop their young players well enough. And I can't, to a certain extent, I can't blame them because they won a championship that one year. But I do think the lack of just letting young players play and develop is put them in a position now where those players aren't quite what they could be. You can't really trade them because their value is kind of depressed. You won't get fair value. Yeah, it's just a tough position to be in. But yeah, Luka Doncic, what do you think about the Mavs? Do you see them as threats? Raptors in the bonus, 18-17. Out shooting the free throws at the Clippers at the free throw line. That's surprising to see. Battle checks in the game is guarding Kevin Porter Jr. Okay, hold on. What is this lineup that we have? Battle and Grady on the wing. Davion as the guard. Boucher and Mobo as the bigs. Boucher from 3 pulls it, misses. Clippers go the other way. Oh, definitely Curry is good. Curry is definitely not the issue in Golden State. But almost turned the ball over. Sloppy with the rebounds. 18-17. Davion Mitchell passes it to Mogbo. Mogbo back to Mitchell. Mitchell puts up the 3, knocks it down. He needs to get blitz to stop him. And then he needs the right supporting cast around him to take advantage of that, which is obviously what he had for a long time in Golden State. I know Golden State has a really good record right now. Like, I know that's not necessarily the issue in like winning games right now. I just think that we saw a lot from that team. Like we saw consistently last year that they had issues, and I don't know if they did enough to resolve those issues. Their lineup for the most part is the same shit with Buddy Hield. And also, I haven't fully watched the game yet. I've been busy, so I don't really have an opinion or a solution on how to beat them. Fair enough. Hope all is well. Hope it's a good kind of busy and not a bad kind of busy. But yeah, no, that's just like what I was saying earlier. Like, you have to do what you can to not get outshot with the crazy volume of threes when you play Boston. You got to either slow the pace down of the game if you can, or be able to shoot a high volume of threes sensibly yourself. You have to avoid the Celtics shooting more like 25 more threes than you. That is not the way. The Mavs just need to stay healthy because they beat a good team. What team are you referring to here? I don't know why I'm blanking out on this. I think the Mavs, for what it's worth, what we're going to see is, can their perimeter defense hold up? And can their offense keep up with their lack of perimeter defense? Because, Kyrie, Luka, and Clay, it come big minutes in the playoffs. That is barbecue chicken on the perimeter. That's barbecue chicken. That being said, obviously, they should be scoring a lot of points too, right? That's their way of making up for it. But they will not be guarding people on the perimeter effectively. The Pelicans are an interesting talking point, though, because I feel like at a lot of different points, people identified the Pelicans as like a potential up-and-coming team, a team with a lot of talent. They have a lot of things going on, yada, yada. And things just seem to never, like, take off, ever. Now Zion's hurt. As big of a deal as he's on with his history, you're not really going to be able to move him, I don't think. You're just sitting there, just dealing with it. Imagine if Battle was replaced by Walter in these lineups. We could really use it, man. We could really use it. Battle takes a lot of fouls, man. Takes a lot of fouls. And I was mentioning this earlier. I just think, like, we're such a perfect team for giving a young player minutes. Like, we are not going to bench a young guy for making mistakes, man. It's a shame that Jacoby keeps getting hurt. And it's a shame that it's the same injury twice. Wait, who's 1 for 8 on the three? After Harden hits a three, Clippers up 1. Mogbo underneath the rim gets the shot to fall. And they call it travel, so the bucket won't count. Why did the Raptors get rid of Nurse? Because he I think it was actually kind of a mutual thing. I think the Clank Thompson, that's a great slander name. I think it was a mutual thing. I think that the players kind of weren't vibing with him, and I think he wanted a change of scenery himself. The thing you have to understand in basketball and just professional sports generally is that usually relationships just end at some point. Like, they don't continue forever. And like, Nurse was an assistant coach for the Raptors for 5 years before he was a head coach for the Raptors 5 years. So, like, 10 years in an organization is a lot. Objectively, that's a lot. Sometimes after 10 years in an organization, it's just time for a change of scenery. And I think that's kind of part of what happened with Nurse. And I think Masai wanted to go a different direction in terms of what he wanted from a coaching staff. I think Nick Nurse is better suited to deal with veteran players than younger players. And one thing I would say about Nick Nurse is that his offenses didn't play with a lot of structure. And I think our new coach, Darko Rajakovic, he has us playing with a lot more structure offensively. And that to me is much better generally. Like, but that's just my personal opinion. But I think objectively, it's better for younger players. Like, I think putting younger players in a spot where it's kind of just number one guy has the ball and everybody's just going to play off of him and fuck it, figure it out. I don't think that's the best environment for young players to develop in. Players gave up on Nurse and his playing style wasn't ideal. They played over aggressive, which produced stats, but not good basketball. This is a good point. Davion collapses the defense, kicks to RJ, gets to the free throw line, misses. He turned the Pacers into a beast. Wait, who turned the Pacers into a beast? So I talked about Nurse's offense. Nurse's defense was like kamikaze. It was like, we are going to stop the other team's number one option at every expense. Like, every expense. We are going to get punished in so many different ways. However, the number one option on the other team will not survive or will not thrive. And yeah, it wasn't good. RJ. Oh, who is that? Number 8. He just picked RJ's pocket. That was disgusting. That was bad. Who is number 8? Okay, one thing I will say about RJ, is that Chris Dunn? Oh, it's Chris Dunn. Okay, that makes sense. One thing I'll say about RJ, you can see he's not an NBA level first option in these minutes. And I do think that, I don't know, it's what we have to do to get by. But I kind of feel like he's just not doing well in the grand scheme of things. Like, there are games against the Kings, he had a great game. But I think his efficiency has kind of gone out the window, because when he first got traded to the Raptors, you saw his shooting percentage was really good, and that sustained for a while. Now he's the number one option, and understandably, his percentages have gone down because the quality of his looks has gone down. But I kind of don't want this to go on for like so long, and then it kind of like develops into like a confidence thing, and he gets in his own head, because yeah, he's basically being, I think for the most part, he's unable to get to all the things he likes to do. He's had to take a lot of shots that I think typically aren't the shots he goes for, and he's missing a lot more shots than before. So I just like hope that when Scotty does come back and RJ gets to settle back into his role, that he doesn't carry over kind of some of the stuff, like maybe some of the baggage that comes with this drop off in efficiency. Yeah, no, Rick Carlisle is a good coach. What I will say though is that he needs to free Ben Mathurin. The shackles that he has on Ben Mathurin are very, very unnecessary, man. Benny Math is a guy. He has some serious game, and honestly, I would love to see him get traded to a team that's shit, because I feel like Ben Mathurin on a bad team would really get to just like play just carefree, and you would see I think a big spike in production. I think Ben Mathurin has a lot of game. Does Drake give a bad rep for Raptors? Luca coming in with the fire questions. Probably. I think even before all the like Kendrick stuff, I think Drake always kind of was a polarizing figure. Like, he obviously has a lot of fans, but aside from his fans, he's always had a pocket of people that just thought that he was kind of just a weird guy. And post Kendrick, there's a lot more people that think he's a weird guy. And truthfully, I think the stuff he did on Vince Carter's retirement night was just whack. Like, I'm not even gonna try to like get too deep into things. I just think like on a surface level, it was just whack. Like showing up courtside, calling DeMar a pussy, kind of weird. Doing it in such a like non-confrontational way, kind of weird. Just being drunk as hell on the broadcast talking about Jesse Reyes, kind of weird. Talking about taking his banner down when he's a very well-liked Raptor, it's kind of weird. Because oddly enough, I think if you talk about Raptors fans generally like DeMar more than we like Drake. That's so I think he kind of put himself in a really, really weird spot. Drake jumps on the Raptors wagon when they were good, but basically disappears since then. Yes, Drake is not like, I'll put it this way. Drake is not like us. You know, Drake would never sit around on the internet and watch, a live stream during the Raptors game. He's not a fan like that, bro. He's just, I don't know, just a regular basketball fan. This was weird. This was really, really weird. Like it had creepy uncle vibes. Like, have you guys ever like come across a 45-year-old like creepy uncle that talks about how beautiful a girl is in a way that's just uncomfortable for everybody? He just gave off so much of that energy. What's going on, Kenyon? Good to see you. It's been a minute. I'm so glad that you talked some sense into me that one summer league game. That being said, the injuries fully just like completely kicked us when we're down. But like, yeah, the come to Jesus moment was good. He did not call him a pussy. Well, he didn't call him a pussy like that, but there was the clip. Go look up the clip. As DeMar's walking away, he's like, what did he say? Fuck out of here, pussy, or something like that. He was a Heat fan. This is the thing. He was just like, again, like, I just think he's just a fan of, and he's Drake, right? So he has access to people. So I think he's a fan of just people he likes. So, he's friends with LeBron. So he was friends with LeBron. He has Curry and Kevin Durant's jersey numbers tattooed on him. So he's these are his people. Like, so, I mean, I don't think he's a fan of any, again, it's not like, he's not like a Raptors or die kind of a guy. I think it was just a cool branding opportunity for him to be associated with the Raptors. And it was a good branding opportunity for the Raptors to be associated with him. And that's why the whole partnership came about. Kevin Porter got a weird case. Why is he around? Kevin Porter at the free throw line. Seeing these Raptors throwbacks on the road is kind of weird. It's just about branding, and specifically about like beyond branding, it's about brand alignment for Drake. Because something about Drake that he did really, really well during his ascension is that he aligned himself with everything that had motion. So like anytime a rapper was starting to get some motion, Drake's right there. Oh, the Migos are popping up. Let me get on Versace. Oh, I Love McConan has a song, this random guy. Let me get on his song. Oh, and the whole world is playing Red Dead Redemption. Let me post this IG story of me playing Red Dead. Oh, the whole world was watching Game of Thrones at the end. Let me reference Arya stabbing somebody during an acceptance speech. Oh, the Raptors are a thing. Again, like they're starting to make the playoffs. They're starting to be competitive. Let me align myself with them, right? Like Drake, I think like a branding / marketing like course could be taught about how Drake just constantly aligned himself with everything that had motion, and it worked. And that's how ultimately he became one of the people with some of the strongest motion. IQ from 3 knocks it down. There's no offensive foul, right? Beautiful. Clippers complaining for an offensive foul. Pirtle completely wiped out Powell. That's Bench mob on bench mob crime. Damn, that's tough. That's tough. Former bench mob affiliates, former bench mob capos, uh, collided there, and the smaller guy took the brunt of the punishment. Okay, hold on. Now, can Raptors tank for flag? Hell yeah, bro! Look at my name here. Where is it? Here. My name is Capture the Flag Enthusiast. Right here. This is what we're doing. Can the Raptors tank for flag? Absolutely, we can. And like I said, when we do tank for flag and we succeed, are we adding a second tank here? This is the Tampa tank. Here it's it's like an ode to Scotty Barnes, you know. And if we get Cooper flag, there'll be another tank or a big ass flag. If we get Cooper flag, okay. I told the guy who designed this whole like graphic thing to keep the basics of the thing in his software so that I can make additions over the years. If Canada won an Olympic gold medal, I was fully about to get a medal, hang a medal up somewhere, and then probably like, I would have stopped at the medal. But I'm waiting to add new shit to this room. Things just keep not. Okay, you know what? I've been wanting to get rid of this plant. I don't know why I put this plant here. I actually cannot remember. This was done years ago. I have no clue why this plant ended up here. I think it'd be awesome if something happened so that I was able to like attach a story to it and make it make sense, but I can't. I would definitely get the plant the fuck out of here and add something else in there in that place. And then yeah, if I could, I would probably like build a shelf above the Tampa tank and put another tank. I'm running out of real estate though. I might have to do some moving because I can't touch this wall here. That's important. This basketball with the Toronto Hoop Talk logo on it, that can go. That's not that important. The chip is very important. The posters can't go anywhere. The window to the CN Tower got to stay. The Jurassic Park sign got to stay. There's a few things that could go. Not everything in this room is essential now, but we'll add to it. We'll add to it as time goes on. Looking at the replay, I can't even quite see what happened to Norman Powell. Like, is it a shot to the head? I think he just got hit in his like chest area and he got winded, if I had to assume. They didn't take the points off the board though, right? No. Is poutine popular in Canada? Yeah, it's popular. Oh man, Pirtle after doing that to Norm blocks his shot. Poor Norm. IQ from 3, wide open, he misses. But yeah, poutine is definitely popular in Canada. I don't think poutine has like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Digger Ocean can chime in. I don't think poutine has like fans, like people who just live and die by poutine, right? I think people eat poutine. They're like, oh, this is good. I might have this a couple times a year, and that's just what it is. Maybe in Quebec, poutine has like fans, but I think it's just like, oh, it, you know, people know it, people like it, and so it is what it is. You could lower the window sign and put a basketball net above the rim. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Digger Ocean does not like poutine. See, here you go. You got an example of somebody who's not even a fan of poutine. To be fair, I think there's a lot of bad poutine. Like, I think it's not guaranteed when you see somebody sells poutine that it's going to be good food. If you cut corners with poutine, you're in big trouble because, okay, I think fries, for the most part, fries are a high floor food item. Even bad fries are good in the grand scheme of things, right? But bad gravy is disgusting. It's just fat water. That's crazy, right? Gravy has to be done properly. It has to taste good, right? Bad gravy is disgusting, right? And then cheese curds, right? Anything dairy related, if you do it wrong, is going to be disgusting. So the thing about poutine is like, it's got to be good to be good. Because if it's not good, it might be horrible. Do you like pineapple on pizza? Thank God that's not a 4-point play. KPJ hits a three with some contact. Yeah, I do like pineapple on pizza, but my thing is like I feel like people talk about this like it's a catch-all thing. I don't think pineapple is always good on pizza. There's a few pizza combinations, like a few combinations of toppings where pineapple is good, but there's also ones where it's bad. Sleeper underrated pizza. My friend put me onto this. If you ever are in a situation where you're in a pinch and you can only get two toppings, pineapples and jalapenos. The combination of spicy and sweet, it's a very good combination. Now again, it might be bad if it's from a bad place, but fresh jalapenos, fresh pineapple on a pizza together, I love that combination. Pineapple pizza. Oh, it does. Yes, yeah, we have Jollibee. I know we have Jollibee in. I think that's how it's pronounced in Toronto. I think maybe in some smaller towns they might not have it. But I've had it before. It's cool. It's good. It's good fried chicken. Poutine outside of. Hold on. Is QC Quebec or Quebec City? Teach me, Leon. Is it Quebec generally or Quebec City? Because I've had poutine. You know what's funny? Okay, and I think I must have done it wrong. I've been in Quebec City and got poutine and been so disappointed. Like next level disappointed. Now I realize I probably just got it from like a tourist trap or somewhere where it's not really like that. But I had some crepes. I had crepes in Quebec City that changed my life. That changed my life. They were so good. They put pineapple in tacos. Aren't there some salsas that are basically like not quite pineapple, like they have pineapples in them? That pineapples in tacos is like an understandable thing. What's better, Canadian Smarties or American Smarties? You know what, Digger Ocean? I don't think I've ever had American Smarties. Now that you say this, I don't think I've actually known that there's a difference enough to go try it. But what I'll say though is that I don't love Smarties generally, so that's probably why I haven't tried it. But maybe it's because Canadian Smarties are ass, and that's why I don't like them. Jollibee has the best chicken sandwiches. Oh, you know what's messed up? Okay, you know, do you guys remember when Popeye's chicken sandwiches used to go crazy? Like there was this crazy phenomenon, and the meme of the old lady outside of Popeye's, like kind of leaning forward, went viral. So before that sandwich happened in America, right? Hey, Amir Johnson on the Clippers bench. I think there's a poster after him. Yes, this poster, the Summertime 3 poster, that's from Amir Johnson. If you guys don't remember, he used to work on a 3-point shot in the summer. Wouldn't necessarily shoot it that much. So when he would shoot it, they'd call it the Summertime 3. What was I gonna say? So the Popeyes chicken sandwich thing happened in America, but before they had those chicken sandwiches, Canadian Popeyes had chicken sandwiches, right? I came to learn that they didn't have them in the States, but prior to that sandwich, Canadian Popeyes used to have very good chicken sandwiches. I remember I used to eat them a lot. Me and my friends used to eat them a lot, right? And then that bullshit sandwich that they sold in America that was crack, they put that out in America. Then they brought it to Canada and took away the old sandwiches and put those sandwiches, right? The bullshit American Popeye sandwiches, I didn't think they were that good. I thought the bread was better, but it was like junkier, whereas the bread before was fine. And then like they used to put a different sauce. Man, the old Popeye sandwiches used to be so good, and it's just not the same anymore. So that's my complaint. Popeye chicken sandwiches used to be really, really good. But yeah, Jollibee's fried chicken is good, so it definitely holds up. But yeah, okay, Quebec generally. As Grady hits a 3 to make it an 8-point game. I'm just realizing this is a very Canadian chat, even though it's not necessarily all Raptors fans. Luka Doncic, where are you from? Because, yeah, it's a very Canadian chat right now. That's happened. When I worked in the USA, I'd always bring the coworkers Canadian Smarties for their kids. Okay. Wait, hold on. Also, Canadian Smarties are better. Oh, interesting. That's shocking because I feel like usually when Americans make food, it's better because they let more. The FDA lets you put more bullshit in the food, so it tastes better. Luka Doncic is from Cali. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Are you like Northern California, Southern California? Tap in. Maybe instead of the ceiling behind you, you could have a stadium crowd. Hold on. That's an idea. That's an idea. I like Digger Ocean is an interior stylist. No, what is it called? Interior designer? Yeah, that's the term. Digger Ocean, part-time interior designer. But yeah, Digger Ocean, where did you work in the US? Okay, SoCal. So hold on, are you tapping in because you found this stream for the Clippers? From the Clippers aspect? I had to drive to Ottawa to get Popeyes. Whoa, that's a thing. Popeyes isn't in Quebec. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, do you when you drive from Quebec to Ottawa, is it as big of a change like for you when you look at things like as it is for Ontarians? Because like whenever I've ever driven to Montreal, when I'm on the Ontario side of things, like you see the gap in where public funding goes, right? Like the Ontario rest stops are so nice and like the signs are so like well maintained and stuff, and then you cross into Quebec and it's just like, oh, y'all spend your money somewhere else. I get it, cause the infrastructure is not built like that. But I mean, maybe if you just drive to Ottawa, you wouldn't even run into it because I think the stops are between the big cities. American Smarties are like American. Hold on, what? American Smarties are like Canadian rocket candy. You give really? What? I've never heard of this. I'm learning something new. You can Google American Smarties and see what they are. I worked in California for a few years, and then New York State. Okay, okay, okay. Interesting. That's cool. Your work took you to a few different places. How was it being a sports fan in California? Because I've never spent time on the West Coast for a prolonged, I've never spent a prolonged period of time on the West Coast. But I imagine being a sports fan and having sports start at like 4 and finish at 10 would just be a very different experience. Quebec don't got any good shit, just the roads. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Is it true Canada is not affordable? The price of everything is going up everywhere. Uh, Life in big cities isn't really affordable anywhere. Like in Toronto itself, prices are crazy. Um, Wait, hold on. I didn't watch anything other than Sunday football back then. Really? You're an NFL fan? I love football too. What team do you like? I'm an Eagles fan. I also have an NFL channel. I'm sure I've mentioned it at some point. But yeah, low key, and I football is my favorite sport. I like it a lot better than basketball. My thing is just like I'm attached to the Raptors kind of differently than any other team. Canada has what is this? What is Erwan? Oh, Niners. My neighbor is a Niners fan. Shout out Megabos. That guy's such a funny guy. Like I've never seen somebody. Actually, I lied. But you know how some people just like their look and how they conduct themselves and what they speak about, it just lines up to like a stereo. If all fits together in a stereotype so well, most people don't fit into stereotypes that well. I find Bosa fits into his stereotype perfectly. It's comical. There's no real stops from Montreal to Ottawa. There's no on route. On route on like 401. Yeah, that's I guess what I'm talking about. The on routes are really nice for drivers. Shh, don't say anything, but I like the Cowboys. You know what though? I would have expected that. I would have expected that because I feel like Southern California must have a lot of Cowboys fans. It's a very like I feel like Lakers fan. You're not a Lakers fan. You're a Mavs fan, but I think big overlap between Lakers fans and Cowboys fans. Plus, the Cowboys do their training camps in Southern California, anyways. Hospitalization is a huge benefit here, plus free medication for some. Yep. Yep. Davion from 3 misses the shot. We're stuck 8 heading into the last 2 minutes. Norman Powell gets around Grady Dick way too easily to the basket, 52-42. Ochai gets blocked at the rim. I've liked the Cowboys since 2012. Also, you've seen a horrible, horrible, horrible football your whole life. I hear it. I hear it. That must not be fun. Davion, coast to coast, gets the layup to fall. And Norman Powell, former Raps indeed. That's what it is. 1:15 to go. James Harden gets to the free throw line, passes it to Terrence Mann, misses from 3. Davion slows it down in transition, passes it to RJ. RJ tries to collapse the defense, gets his shot blocked, protests because of the contact. It's been a tough couple of years. Cowboys cheerleaders are a good part of the team, bro. They do a lot of heavy lifting in that the product that is the Cowboys. If you think about the Cowboys, right, they're really a product, and the product is about a lot more than the team, which I think is a big part of the problem. But shout out to the tours that they do of the facilities during like the season, so that like people are taking tours of the gym while players are working out. Literally, they have the players out there like zoo animals. Grady in transition gets the layup to go. We're stuck 6. $25 to go. Their QB got season-ending surgery. It's over. Yeah, just in time for the Eagles. So we're gonna see Cooper Rush. You know what's really interesting? Since Dak and Hurts have been matched, since Hurts has been a starter for the Eagles, him and Dak are almost always hurt. One of them is almost always hurt when the Eagles and Cowboys play each other. The amount of times this matchup has happened with a backup, Jakob Poeltl gets fouled at not quite at the buzzer, 0.7 to go. But Jakob will shoot free throws to make it a 4-point game. Little run here at the end of the second quarter to keep things interesting. I was thinking today had potential to have a fade of the stream at the end of the stream, or even less, like earlier than the end of the stream. But fortunately, the Raptors decided to make it a compelling game. Jakob shoots his first free throw, misses, because that's just how it is. Pulling up the stats. Jakob Poeltl, free throw, probably the last shot before the half, puts it up and puts it down. 5-point game, 52-47. James Harden, really weird underhand pass to Terrence Mann. I don't understand the point of passing that ball underhand. So, Raptors shooting the ball like shit are only down 5 points. We're shooting 39% from the field, 31% from 3, 56% from the free throw line. Damn, pick a struggle. You can't struggle in all the ways. You can't pick all of them and suck at all. Pick one struggle or 2 maybe. They're struggling at all 3 ways of shooting a basketball. Rebounds in this game are about even. Turnovers are about even. Fouls are about even. Points in the paint are about even. Fast break points, there's a bit of a gap. But an otherwise even game. It's just, the big difference is the fact that the Clippers are shooting 46% from the field, 47% from three. And I mean, they're not shooting great from the free throw line as well. Hurts hasn't been the same since he lost in the Super Bowl. This is true. He has not been the same. But I think he started to play well the last 3 weeks. So, well, it's really been since the bye, but particularly Cincinnati and last week, in the grand scheme of things, were good games, I think. Especially considering that half of last week was played without AJ Brown, which is usually like a big thing for Hurts. Not the same quarterback with AJ Brown without AJ Brown. Let RJ attack the paint. Let RJ take over. But this is the problem, Luka. Now that RJ is the number one option, part of life as a number one option is that the other team has the resources to take away whatever it is that you love doing the most. RJ's had a hard time getting to the basket ever since he's had this responsibility, which makes sense because other teams aren't stupid. So as much as I'd love to see RJ go to the basket, you're seeing what happens when he does go to the basket. Look at the last, I think the second or third last possession before the half. He gets to the basket, gets a lot of contact, doesn't get the foul call. Fortunately, the ball went out of bounds and we kept the ball. But yeah, it wasn't a great possession from that standpoint. Yeah, like he missed the shot, didn't get the foul call. That's a problem. It's not about necessarily one player stopping him, but you can defend him with numbers, and then that becomes the problem. But shout out to everybody watching this live. Shout out to anybody who might catch this after the fact. On replay, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Those are the two best ways to support content on YouTube. If you want to show your appreciation for this channel or any other channel, engage with the content, people. Likes, subscriptions, comments, chats, even dislikes, even hateful comments. They all help. Believe it or not, dislikes count as engagement. So the more you engage with the content, the more YouTube pushes it to other people, and the bigger a channel gets. So that's what it is, people. That's why I constantly give these reminders out, because the shit is important. Bench IQ if he starts ball hogging. I don't think ball hogging is necessarily a problem for us anymore. Darko's system and way of playing basketball is very, it does a very good job of getting everybody involved. So that's kind of the least of my worries. But yeah, shout out to Luka Doncic, man. Endless comments and chats. You definitely make streaming much easier. Much easier. But yeah, Luka Doncic, you in particular, I need you to sub because I need you in here as often as possible. You're my guy. But yeah. I forgot to playlist this stream. There we go. Let's make this big. RJ has to guard Harden. I think we've had Ochai on Harden though. Okay. Halftime stats. We got Grady leading the way with 12 points on 4 for 7 shooting. IQ has 5 on 2 for 6 shooting. Can this go away? Thank you. Ochai has 9 on 4 for 6 shooting. Really, I mean, reasonably efficient days. You see RJ, he's 3 for 7, not missing a ton of shots. But even if you look at the shot attempts, he's passing up looks, and other guys are shooting as much as him because he's not obviously getting the looks that he wants. But does he have turnovers? Does RJ have RJ only has 2 turnovers? Yeah. Look at the shot attempts from our starting lineup: 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. And then our first guy off the bench, Davion, has 7. So it's a very even distribution of shot attempts So when you talk about IQ ball hogging, bro, ball hogging is not really a thing you have to worry about on our team now. With the way Darko plays, um, the ball gets swung around. We got our first look at the rotation with IQ healthy, and the bench rotation had Davion and Shed playing, but obviously Davion had 14 minutes and Shed had 5, so it's not equal at all. Not equal at all. Clearly, Davion is ahead of Shed. Um, Davion, obviously, he's probably him and Boucher most inefficient days shooting the basketball for us. But yeah, in terms of this bench lineup, like the bench minutes looked ugly. Let me see what the plus minuses are saying. Everybody's a minus, but there's no crazy minuses. So I guess they didn't get cooked that bad. What are the starters plus minuses saying? Oh shit! Look at Grady. Look at Grady is the whole team is a minus, and Grady's a +5 in this game. Shout out to Grady, man. That guy has had a great start to his second year in the NBA, and man, look forward to seeing how he develops in his career. I will say, I was very underwhelmed with that pick for a long time, but last couple months of his rookie year, I started to see the vision. And yeah, this year I'm ready to admit that I was very harsh on Grady his first summer league and beginning of his career in the NBA. So I look forward to, and actually, it's interesting when you look at a player like Jacoby. As little as I knew about him as a prospect, when I started to familiarize myself with his game, it made me think of Grady and like how his development has gone, and that made me feel good about Jacoby because I'm like, look, I feel like we drafted a player who is obviously not the same player, but there's some similar themes, and even just like what you're evaluating in it's true. It's true. That actually has to be a call. A commentator has to say it. Like if he makes a big shot in the clutch at some point in his career, it's like Grady Dick, balls of steel, hitting a shot at the buzzer. Or somebody has to drop a cojones line. Something like that. It's necessary. But yeah, no, there's a similar evaluations from a draft standpoint with those two players. So I look forward to seeing Jacoby play, man. We need him to stay healthy. What's going on with that shoulder? Grady is better than Tyrese Maxey. Yo, Luca in this chat is actually kind of like Luca in real life. He just jacks up the shots. This is a hell of a take right here. And in terms of volume, he says Scotty is the new Dwight Howard. You know what? No, Luca is like J.R. Smith, just jacking up shots. Scotty is the new Dwight Howard. That's like a fadeaway 3 in transition. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Grady is better than Tyrese Maxey. That's the same shit. Shout out Joel. You excited for tomorrow, Joel? We haven't won in Dallas in like 7 years. I think that ends tomorrow. How is Miami doing? Damn, the 3-5. Oh, I think I was watching the live stream from yesterday on Sarcasm City, and I think Jez mentioned that you were Spoelstra out or something like that. So is that true? Oh yeah, it's. I think Philly is rolling to Dallas with all kinds of belts. I think they're showing up with black belts, yellow belts, leather belts, title belts. Yeah, I think a lot of belts are being brought to Dallas. So that's the hope. I want Spoelstra gone. It's like he's forgotten to coach. Here's the problem, though. When I saw that he got a divorce and then 150 million or so, whatever the number was, the day before, I was like, no, bro, you're not supposed to hand a freshly divorced man 150 million, brother. You know how bad of a combination that is in Miami, of all places? That's what Spoelstra is living out the life that Dame wanted to live. This is what Damian Lillard wanted to be. Damian Lillard wanted to be fresh off a divorce in Miami with 150 mil. Shipped his ass to Milwaukee, and they ruined his life. You can see it in his eyes. All that man can think about is, I could have been in Miami right now, but I'm in Wisconsin. It's the problem. Now Spoelstra is living that life, and it's not suiting either of them. But yeah, that's, they should have said, we'll give you this 150 million. You just have to find stability in your life. Like, they could have told Spoelstra, like, this offer is on the table, but you can only sign it once you achieve stability. Go live your wild boy years out on a humble budget, and then we'll give you this crazy bag when you're a married man. The front office hasn't made a good move since the Bam draft pick. Shout out to that amazing Heat fan who was on the Twitter Spaces. He called Pat Riley a Dwayne Wade merchant. That was the funniest thing I've heard in a long time. Man called him a Dwayne Wade merchant. I wanted Dame on the Mavs. Bro, who didn't want Dame? Actually, you know what? Now that we're on the topic, fuck Shams forever. For that fake tweet that he put out saying that Dame was going to the Raptors, I was at work, thrilled. I was at work, ecstatic. Then I found out it was all cap. And then the problem was, too, is it wasn't just the fact that it's like, we were here, and then I thought we weren't here, right? Because we got Dame. Problem was, when I realized we didn't get Dame, it's not that we just went back to where we were before. We went far the other way, because the reality is like, we were kind of in a middle ground. Trading for Dame would have meant that we at least, like, it was a way out of the middle ground. We didn't get the Dame trade. So the acceptance is like, okay, the only way to go from here is down. We got to probably blow the team up. So, like, 1 minute I thought I had Dame. The next minute I acknowledged that my team would have to tank at some point. So, fuck Shams forever. I gave up on Dame 2 weeks after he demanded that trade. When did he get traded? I think it was a few months after that. But yeah, I was pissed off at work after that. Those are always kind of funny moments, though, is that when something big in the sports world happens and you're in a professional setting, or like anything like that. Actually, kind of random. During COVID, when they were playing in the bubble and OG hit that 3 at the buzzer against Boston, I was watching that game while I was on a Zoom call with my classmates, and we were working on a group project, right? And I was obviously doing what I had to do while watching the game. And when OG hit that shot, I just like calmly told everybody. I didn't really react. I was just like, guys, I just got to step away for a second. I got to use the washroom. Literally walked out of the room, muted the turned the camera off, muted the mic, and then just immediately reacted as soon as I closed the door. And like, obviously I was so excited, but it was just funny because I was like, well, I have to just like calmly and politely excuse myself and then go get turned. Oh man, I was so happy. Dame is a season away from being an FVV. Damn. Scathing but true. Quietly, Portland did well to trade him when they traded him. Their problem is that like they have Scoot Henderson. Kyrie wanted LeBron in the Mavs last year. No, it's true, but I don't think, as much as Kyrie wanted that, I don't think he has the pull with LeBron to convince LeBron of that. Yo, I was hate watching Boston too. Loki though, I was hate watching Siakam then too, though. Corner three for Ochai out of the break. Our run from before halftime continues, and it's a 2-point game. The Dame trade was a lose-lose. Yo, the NBA is funny like that though. Like I was talking about this when the cat trade happened, the trade to the Knicks. Quickly to the basket, coast to coast, air balls a layup. What the fuck was that, Emmanuel? Emmanuel, we got Maxi at home quickly. Don't tell me Zubats is out here cooking us. Thank God. Nah, who turned that ball over? I looked down to the chat. I looked up and we don't have the ball anymore. Yo, Ochai is out here fighting his ass off for these rebounds. But yeah, I was talking about the cat trade, and I was like, yo, this trade is a lose-lose in my opinion. And at the time, right, when that trade happened, an NBA move hadn't happened for like months. And I was like, man, I forgot that I missed this. Because no league generates lose-lose moves like the NBA. Nothing makes it, no league does this. And I love seeing it, man. I love teams just both sabotaging and like shaking hands and just sabotaging themselves. Twitter was telling me we were going to get that bubble Lowry when we signed him. Oh yeah, that was tough. But to be honest though, you guys didn't give up shit. You guys gave up Precious Achua. That's nothing. You guys didn't give up shit for Lowry. I think the bigger issue is that you gave him a contract you had to dump. What did it cost you guys to dump Lowry? Because you guys got Terry Rozier from Charlotte, right? Did you guys have to trade a pick or was it a swap? Dame is the same as Curry and Brunson. Pure offense, no defense. This is true. Imagine Chris Paul joins the Raptors. Now, what the hell would we do with Chris Paul? As an assistant coach or a player? Bring Chris Paul as an assistant coach. Precious was decent. Yo, no, forget. Precious was good that first year as a Raptor. Precious was legitimately good. I will never allow anybody to tell me he was trash. But he went on to be complete garbage after that first year. Oh, Lord, you gave up a first-round pick. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. You gave him a deal that you had to dump. The value of the trade wasn't that bad. Who are we talking about? Precious? I mean, I'm sure Precious is fine in a different situation, but our situation was a bad situation. Also, the problem is that Masai fell in love with the idea of revolutionizing basketball, and we, as Raptors fans, kind of have to pay for the imbalanced roster that he put together during these times. No, here's the thing. I'm sure CP3 can still hoop, but bro, like we're trying to tank, like organizationally. Our general manager came out on media day and was like, guys, mind you, the general manager who's only ever talked about winning and kind of dismissed the idea of tanking for a long time, I came out on media day and got a reporter to ask him about rebuilding. Bro, we're definitely like not trying to win. Also, in terms of the point guard minutes, we got to give Quickly and Shed minutes. We need to see them develop. Do you know how many players CP3 turned into a superstar? Yo, Wemby is going to benefit from him. You're going to add Wemby to the list. Not that he's going to make Wemby a superstar. Wemby is a superstar on his own. I'm praying for a couple more losses before the deadline so we can blow it up. The thing is, though, Joel, if you're Miami or if you're a Heat fan and you want that situation to blow up, right? The problem is that you don't actually want the team to, like, the team itself to get blown up. You want the organization to get blown up. Like, I think if Pat Riley and Spo were to stay and you guys were to just get bad and then try to build up, you'd probably build up something similar. So I think that's a problem. You can get fined, though. The thing is we're not losing games on purpose. We're just a very young team on purpose. We're giving minutes to young players on purpose. And then this year right now, our players are all injured. But yeah. What is this? What is this called? 3 in the key on Jakob Pertl? Crazy. But yeah, and then we got injuries. So it is what it is. Pat Riley is definitely leaving this summer. They have him, they give him a whole court naming ceremony the first home game. Oh, okay, that's lit. I wonder who's gonna replace him. So our bench before the year got injured. Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk got hurt before the season started. They still haven't come back. Then on the opening night, no, hold on. In preseason, RJ Barrett got injured and he missed the first 3-4 games. On opening night, Emmanuel quickly got hurt, and this is his first game back. And then Scotty Barnes got an orbital bone fracture about a week and a half ago, and he's been out ever since. So, brother, the better question is who hasn't been injured? Of our starting lineup, only Grady and Pirtle have played the entire year. So, yeah, from an injury standpoint, not been the best. And for a team that has as little depth as we do, or as little quality NBA depth as we do, right? Because I think we have a good amount of depth in terms of prospects. But those guys are not ready to win games right now. The tank is alive. Embrace the rebuild. Welcome to the stream, Marcus, fellow tank commander. Kevin is the Walmart version of Luke from Jazz. Are you talking about Kevin Porter Jr.? Which Kevin are you talking about? And which Luke are you talking about? Who is the Luke on the Jazz? Let me see. Who is this guy talking about? I can't find a Luke on the Jazz. I'm looking forward to 2 wins, 12 losses, so Messiah to pull the plug on the season for Cooper Flag. Yeah, we're gonna start playing Capture the Flag at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna check this schedule out because after this game we'll be 2-8. Next 4 games: Bucks, Pistons, Celtics, Pacers. Oh yeah, bro. Why did you stop at 2-12? Why would you not run that to 2-14? Because that's the number we're gonna hit. Oh, Lori. Which Kevin are you talking about then? Oh, Kevin Porter Jr. Interesting. Okay, yeah. Kelly Olynyk, Walmart version of Laurie Markkinen. I hear it. Maybe even was something lower than Walmart, but I hear what you're saying. Also, I always think it's funny when people compare white basketball players to other white basketball players, because sometimes white basketball players can be compared to black basketball players, but nobody's ever comfortable doing it, which I just find amusing. I have there's no depth to that point for me. But yeah. It's just a hilarious little subplot to basketball conversation. Like you'll never hear somebody. So I actually think Grady Dick is a great example, right? Because I don't think that he's comparable to a lot of random white shooters. Like you can't compare him to Kyle Korver. You can't compare him to JJ Redick. You can't compare him to Duncan Robinson. He actually doesn't have a game like those guys. I want the guys in the chat to put names. Like, whose game do you think Grady aligns with the most? I'm going to throw a name out there that you guys might agree with, might not agree with. I don't think he's as good as him, but I think purely in terms of game, I think Grady has a lot of Devin Booker going on. I like that comp a lot. But yeah, Luka to Harden is the only one I've heard. This is a good point, Joel. This is a good point. Luka to Harden is a good comparison. Dante DiVincenzo. Okay, Luca, who would you compare Dante DiVincenzo to? Oh man, they're showing the Paul George trade. They're showing the Paul George trade on the TSN broadcast just to shit on the Clippers. This is great. Harden is better than Luka. Yo, this humility from an account named after Luka Doncic, whose picture is Kyrie Irving, is so funny. Luka Doncic, you're one of my favorite chat participants I've had in a while. Yo, this guy's had great takes. Man said Scotty's the new Dwight Howard, which I vibe with. And then what was the other one that you said that I really, really liked? There was another chat you put in here. I'm looking for it. Can't find it. But yeah, man. Luka, chat goat. Chat goat. Zubats backing down Pirtle. Gets the shot to fall. 8-point game. 9 minutes to go in the third. The Raptors were able to cut the lead down to 2. Clippers going on, I think it's an 8-2 run in the last 2.5 minutes. Pirtle absolutely smokes Terrence Mann, who is so down that the Clippers are actually playing 4-on-5 basketball. They should take a timeout. Powell misses a layup. Is Trey Mann up? Take it to Trey Mann. RJ to the basket, gets the contact and the foul, and one. Get Trey Mann. It's not Trey Mann. Oh, Terrence Mann. Why do I keep saying Terrence Mann? Get him off the court. My guy is incapacitated. Dante is similar to Donovan Mitchell. Woo! This is another scorcher. Another scorcher from Luka. I'll be real. I don't see it, but I like the energy, man. I like the energy. You're a very hopeful sports fan. RJ misses another free throw. Trey Mann is an actual hooper, though. This is true. He gave us buckets. He plays for the Hornets now, I think. He gave us buckets. Luka hasn't won an MVP. Grammar Police is about to be on your ass. But yeah. No, MVP will come at some point though. Oddly enough, with something like the MVP, there's enough voter fatigue to where eventually just like somebody's gonna get it. Like somebody like Luka will get it because people are just tired. Voters are just tired for voting for other players. So your guy will get his award eventually, bro. That's that. Don't worry about that. Terrence Mann made himself a long-term Clipper off that 100%. Think about it. This guy made a career off Rudy Gobert. Ochai in the corner. He's been hitting those shots at a high level this year. What? That's not a foul on quickly? God damn. Nah, man, it's coming. Well, how you have a lot of Luka pessimism for a guy whose account is named after Luka. He's getting an MVP at some point. Grady from 3 misses a shot. Powell to the basket, makes it a layup. NBA awards don't hold the same weight they used to. Yeah, they don't mean shit. You know what it is too? I think when awards used to be voted on by people that we were less familiar with, I think because there's that gap between us and the voters, there's an idea that like it's a prestigious group of people who are picking these awards. But now that the like social media is such a big part of everything, we know the voters very well. Their tweets are on our timelines. Their podcast clips are on our timelines. We're very familiar with the thought process and the thinking of a lot of people who make these votes, and I think we kind of don't like a lot of them. Like, like a lot of them get heavily criticized for their picks and stuff, right? So I think once we realize how an MVP is made, it's kind of like, how they say, like, never learn how a hot dog is made if you like hot dogs, because it'll kind of ruin it for you. Same thing kind of happened with NBA awards. And once we learned how they're produced, once we saw in the factory how an NBA MVP is created, we were like, throw this in the trash. This is horrible. They let anyone be voted. 100%. Yo, Did you see Joel? Are you how familiar are you with the Pat McAfee show? Grady hits a three, make it a 7-point game. Luka choked in the finals. I see their clips time to time. So one of the guys on that show got an AP vote, an Associated Press vote, to vote on NFL awards. So one of those guys, it's his name. It's the one with the guy who wears the cowboy hat. That guy has an NFL MVP vote now and like a Coach of the Year vote and all those things. And it's just like, I thought Associated Press was like a thing. Like, I don't know. I just thought that they were a thing that was methodical and thought through. If we're just giving random dudes from the Pat McAfee show votes, then like this feels a lot more like just like, I don't know, like yearbook awards in a high school than ever before. I never used to think about them like that, but that's really all they are. I know Kendrick Perkins is a voter. Bro, I didn't even know Kendrick Perkins was a voter. That's disgusting. Raptors cut it to a 5-point lead, by the way. Yes. Sorry. You know what? You put it in better words than I could. I was struggling to say this. Yes, I thought Associated Press was top journalists, not Tone Diggs. And here's the thing: I like the Pat McAfee show. Some of their clips are funny, but dog, there's got to be. Oh shit! Davion got his shit swatted. Wait, that's a goaltend. Beautiful. Do Raptors fans hate LeBron? Yes, but like, you know what it is? I think we would hate LeBron. I'll say this, right? The LeBron domination of the Raptors was tough. But I think deep down, all Raptors fans understood that the Raptors teams that he beat were not actually championship contenders. I think if LeBron actually beat up on teams that we in our heart of hearts thought could win championships, we would like the hatred would be like serious, right? But I don't know. Like I don't hate him that much. And personally, I think like prior to that, I used to like LeBron. Like growing up, I was a LeBron. I wasn't quite a LeBron fan. I was a Dwayne Wade fan. But because obviously they played together, I was like, okay, cool. I like LeBron. He helped Dwayne Wade get championships. So I mean, wait, what signs are they holding up? They're holding up Maple Leaf signs. Is that supposed to distract American Davion Mitchell? The hell am I watching? It worked. He missed his second free throw. Raptors just barely over 50% from the free throw line. But yeah, I think as somebody who like personally kind of liked LeBron before all that stuff, like I don't hate him that much. And I think there's a bunch of probably Raptors fans who are also LeBron fans. So I don't know. Like we hate him, but I think low key we hate Paul Pierce more. Ironically, I think Raptors fans randomly just hate Paul Pierce. Not randomly, he hit a bunch of game winners against us. But like that's kind of a good example. What I'm saying is like I think there's a decent understanding that there was an inferiority of like us against those Cavs teams, right? But Paul Pierce beat some Raptors teams that we thought were as good as those Celtics teams or better. So fuck Paul Pierce. One of my favorite Raptors fan moments ever is when Paul Pierce threw his headband into the crowd at the Air Canada Center, and whatever Raptors fan caught it, threw it right back at him. I love that moment. Maybe they'll pick you to vote. Oh, I would welcome that. And here's the thing. I know a part of the rules is that you're not allowed to discuss your vote publicly, but I would thinly veil my selections like to where like everybody who watches my shit would know. Like, and I would make you guys a part of it too. Like, we would have streams all the time, like, oh, who should win MVP, and then through the way I'm talking about it, you guys would get who I'm voting for. Also, would be wild if somebody got a vote and then they just literally put a poll in their chat and just let the chat decide. Could LeBron beat the 2019 Raps or not? With the right teammates, he could, but with the wrong teammates, I think he'd get packed because we know Kawhi doesn't shy away from the LeBron test. Oladipo came closer to beating LeBron than DeMar and Lowry did. Wait, you're talking about that Pacers team, right? Yeah, that was fucked. That was fucked, bro. That was fucked. We got to 6 games. Here's the thing, bro. We got to 6 games the first time we played him. So quietly, like that series was respectable. But the thing is that series was 2-2, and then LeBron won, or the Cavs. I'm saying LeBron like he was the team. It kind of was. They won game 5 and game 6, and then they swept us twice. So that's actually a 10-game winning streak in the playoffs. That's the fuckery. That there was a 10-game winning streak. That's not supposed to be possible. I think he missed a free throw just because he plays for the Raptors. This is true. When that uniform gets put on a player, free throws get missed. Do you think the Raptors would have still won the finals if KD and Clay were healthy? Hell no. Here's the thing. If Clay was healthy, I think we beat them. If KD was healthy, we lose. And here's the thing. If you're gonna sit here and try to shame me for that opinion, you can't, because a fully healthy Warrior, those Warriors teams when fully healthy are the teams that I thought were the best, like ever. Like that fully loaded Warriors dynasty team, greatest team ever. If you're gonna sit here and act like our team not being able to beat that team is some type of insult, that's crazy to me. No, we probably would have lost to one of the greatest teams of all time. That being said, if they were missing one piece, we were beating that team. Knock anybody out. If you take Steph out, even if you take that Clay out, if you take any one of those 3 guys out, I think we beat them. If they're all together and it's like Thanos with all the Infinity Stones, it is what it is. He's snapping that finger and we're losing. But take one Infinity Stone out and we beat that team. I hated Lowry and Terrence Ross so much that series. Holy shit, Terrence Ross, man. Frustrating player. Talk about a likable prospect, bro. He could dunk and he scored 51 points. I thought he was going to be him. There was a time period where I was young and I really didn't know ball like that. I thought he was going to be better than DeRozan. Boy, was I wrong. Also, random thing about Terrence Ross. When he was on, I think he went to the University of Washington, right? Jameson Battle from 3, misses. Boucher. So when Terrence Ross was on Washington, I think his name was like something University of Washington related, Flight 31, right? And then when he got drafted to Toronto, he changed his Twitter handle to T.Flight 31. And randomly, I think when he got traded, he just kept it. So his Twitter handle, even when he was on other teams, was still T.Flight. I thought that was cool as hell. But yeah, nah, man. Terrence Ross was cool. Randomly got traded to the Magic and started dating Amber Rose. That was a random thing. Terrence Mann, Grady. Grady must have fouls because he just decided to stop playing defense there. Van Vliet and Siakam carried. Van Vliet and Siakam, they were hooping in the finals, man. People forget that game 1 Siakam performance, dropping 30 on 15. I think he dropped 32 points, 15 for 17 shooting. When your second option cooks like that early in a series, it dictates the way the other team plays defense for the rest of the series, and that was a big part of why we won. Why you guys let Van Vliet go? Brother, because it was the right thing to do. You see the contract he got in Houston? You see what he's doing in Houston? If we gave him that contract, we would have actually set the franchise back like 2-3 years. I'm so glad we let him go. I was pissed that it had to happen, but I'm glad we let him go. The contract that he got was stupid. That's a really, really bad deal. Split free throws again, because that's just life as a Raptors fan. Dude, did I miss a basket so quickly? I looked down for 1 second. 70-61, 2:54 to go. Battle from three. Man, he's had a couple good looks here. He's had a couple good looks. They haven't fallen. That's sad to see. Harden, step back three over Boucher, misses. Thank God for Harden's shot selection, man. J Mo in transition, kicks it to Battle in the corner, finds Davion. Ball gets swung to Boucher, who takes a contested three from the corner. Why did that have to happen? Van Vliet is the worst all-star of this era. The problem with Van Vliet is that, okay, here's the thing. Nick Nurse actually ended his career. Nobody talks about it. It's not a big enough deal, right? But that first year, okay, sorry, hold on. Let me get my years right. Okay, Scotty Barnes' rookie year, when we won 48 games, Van Vliet was hooping because that's the year he made the All-Star game. Van Vliet was playing amazing basketball, and Nick Nurse was playing him 40 minutes a night, and then he got a hip issue around just after All-Star break that turned into a back issue, and ever since that back issue, that guy's never been the same. Never been the same. Yeah, and it's just like, it's just amazing. Like, he was actually like, never let anybody lie to you and say that he was not playing amazing before that back issue. He was playing the peak of his career, and that's why Nick Nurse, the Tom Thibodeau like understudy that he is, was playing him like 40 minutes a night, and that ended his career. He's terrible. Anyways, I'm off the night. Got to get up for the United game international. Damn, this guy is committed to watching sports tomorrow, bro. We'll be live for Sunday Night Football, Lions Texans. I'll catch you then. Hopefully, peace. Enjoy your night. Can the Raptors lock up Jalen Brunson? I mean, anybody can lock up anybody. It's about what extent are you willing to go to, bro? When he was on the court and his face was bleeding, that was peak gladiator shit. Fuck Kobe. That was like, I'm like, yo, Fred VanVleet is a warrior. Honestly, those playoffs, I'd die for Fred VanVleet. I would. Fred VanVleet was like actually one of my favorite human beings. I was very down to babysit for Fred Jr. Nick Nurse also ended Kemba Walker's career from All-Star game. This is true, man. Nick Nurse, if Nick Nurse was a football manager, the amount of terrorist AI edits they would have done is crazy. Because he's really that. RJ, sticky defense on Harden. Clippers pass into a wide open Batum jumper. Restores the 10-point Clippers lead. I bet. See you later, Leon. He was giving Curry the work. Bro, both sides of the ball, too. He was giving Curry buckets and he was guarding him. Now, mind you, he had a lot of help. Quickly, sidestep three, misses. Quickly, gets the ball back. Floater. And puts it down. I think the Warriors were top 5 in the defense and Fred was owning them. Hold on. What does top 5 defense in the finals mean? Because like top 5 defense in the season going into the finals, or because like there's 2 teams in the finals. So I'm a little bit lost. 76-68. Oh my God. Harden. Step back 3. RJ in transition. Eats all the contact. Gets the and 1. Nick Batum is pissed. But yeah, Fred was giving them buckets. The superpowers he gained when his son was born was crazy. I think the Warriors had no answer for Siakam. I mean, he had 2 really good games in the finals. He didn't have like a handful of other games. Wait, Jeff Van Gundy is back in the league? He's an assistant coach? How did I not know this? What? I think the Warriors had no. Siakam was definitely had 2 really good games, but as a second option in a well-rounded team with a superstar, 2 good games is all you need. Like, everybody on that Raptors team gave us what we needed from them, right? Maybe you don't think Lowry was particularly amazing or Siakam was like particularly amazing or Norman Powell or Danny Green, but what we needed from everybody, we got it. Even Serge Ibaka had his moments. 2019 was a great year for basketball. 100%. Yo, okay, here's the thing. Forget just basketball. 2018, the Eagles winning the Super Bowl into 2019, the Raptors winning the Super Bowl, and then just generally where life was at for me as a 22 to 23-year-old, but that's the peak of my life. 2018 to 2019 was unreal for just life. And I'm so glad I got to experience those moments in that phase of life. Being in your early 20s and your sports teams are amazing is a different kind of joy. I remember I even went to Toronto to visit the family after those finals. Crazy, bro. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Danny Green and Kawhi had experience stopping a three-point. You know what? I've never heard anybody frame it this way. This is a good point. This is a really good point. Danny Green and Kawhi, professional three-peat stoppers. If you have a three-peat, hide it from them. Yo, you know what we need? Danny Green and Kawhi need to sign for an NFL team. Danny Green and Kawhi, bring them to Philly. Put them on the Eagles practice squad. Put them on the Eagles practice squad. Oh, Joel, also add to that 2018 Eagles championship, 2019 Raptors championship, 2021 Chelsea Champions League. Bro, peak just life. And I talk about it a lot. Like I feel like I'm a very like satiated sports fan. Like, you know, I've seen all my teams win everything. I know what that feeling is like. I know when it's reasonable for me to expect my team to be a championship contender. And I just don't really get my hopes up outside of those situations. I've been there before. I know what it takes to win those things. And yeah. Do I like MLB? Not really. I would like baseball if I thought the Blue Jays were like a well-run organization. I think baseball is cool. But nah, man, like the Blue Jays make it hard for me to really love that sport. Losing the finals was tough if you ask me. You're a Yankees fan? Especially the way they lost the finals, the World Series, that would hurt. That hurt my heart for sure. Wait, hold on. You're a Rangers fan. Oh, Mavs. Oh yeah, man. Losing a finals is tough. The Eagles Super Bowl loss a couple years back was tough. Oh man. Yeah, we're still shooting 38%. I swear we were shooting 39% at halftime. So here's the thing. You must have felt this as a Heat fan. I feel like as an Eagles fan, when we lost the Super Bowl, I felt like we were going to cook that next year. Like last year actually shocked me. You know what? No, I take it back. It shocked me that the coaching was so bad. And then seeing that the team wasn't that good, considering the coaching, that part kind of made sense. It was shocking to me that the coaching was bad, though. I'll say that. Losing in the finals and knowing your team isn't going to do shit. Yeah, I already read this out. Why did I read it out again? But yeah, fourth quarter starts up. Zubats backing down Pirtle. Too easy. Misses an easy look. Pirtle with the rebound. Why did the Eagles lose this game? Bro, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and do a TED talk on why we lost a game. You want me to do a TED talk about pain? What the hell? This is low key a Cowboys fan trying to bully an Eagles fan right here. What the hell? Man wants me to do a point-by-point breakdown of a traumatic experience. What type of shit is this? You think I want to relive any of that shit? Oh, good find by Battle. Boucher makes it a 6-point game. I was 100% Joel. 100%, man. The real pain happened. Real pain happened. Yes, but that didn't help. Here's the thing, though. Okay, I'm still not reliving this. Fuck this, bro. I hear you, but we're not going into depth, man. I hate this shit. But yeah, no. People who didn't recognize how good of a game Hurts played outside of the fumble are crazy. Problem is that with the fumble is that like yes, it was only one play, but the thing about mistakes in sports is that mistakes can do in an individual moment more bad than you can do good in an individual moment. And I know that that was a horrible way of wording what I'm trying to say, but like you can lose a game in one moment. It's kind of hard to win a game in one moment, right? So it's like that one mistake from Hurts, if you think about what it did, not allowing us to just stomp the Chiefs out in the first half in that game, bro, that actually like it outweighs like a good chunk of the good things that he did, right? But he did so many good things. That's the nuance to that game. Hurts did so many good things in that Super Bowl, but the one thing he did that was bad was so bad it does, in my opinion, wipe out at least like 60% of the good shit that he did. So like, I don't know. Just you have to approach these things with nuance. Yes, in my opinion, if he doesn't fumble the ball, we win that game. Think about it. He just handed the team 7 points in a game we lost by 3. And then our punter handed the other team 7 more points in a game we lost by 3. If the punter doesn't completely just fuck up one play up and Hurts doesn't fuck the other play up, forget winning. We might win that game by like 2 scores. But 2 plays swung the game. This is a fair point as well. I'm so glad that I don't have to act like I like cheering for Jonathan Gannon. Actually, Joel, what I was gonna say is that like I don't think I did any streams over the off season talking about what I thought about the Eagles coaching staff changes. I wasn't that high on Fangio though, and I'm happy to say I was wrong. I was wrong. Definitely got re-energized the Chiefs. We all whooped the Niners. I like that. Shout out to Digger Ocean. That did happen. This is what happens when the Raptors play a team that actually plays defense. Yeah, we're shooting the ball like complete shit. Somehow, I'm kind of shocked that we have 75 points. But yeah, still we're not shooting well. But yeah, it's all good. The tank is alive. Ten minutes to go. That's definitely a travel by Pirtle. And they didn't call it, but he did ball, don't lie, himself and just threw the ball to the other team. Their defensive coordinator / coach, Todd Bowles, understands how to defend Jalen Hurts. That's the long story short. Why they give a spot to Bruno on the roster if they're not going to play him? Oh, actually, good point. Let me look up Bruno Fernando's agent. Bruno Fernando agent. Agent is Andy Schiffman. We're about to do some scouting here. Who is Masai trying to build some goodwill for? Wait, hold on. There's not even any. Yo, there's no other clients this agent has. Oh, brother, Saquon, life changer. Saquon Barkley legitimately changed my life. I'm not joking. I put that as my like little thing here underneath my name when I'm on my football channel. But nah, that guy actually changed my life. Like sometimes I think about where my life would be if he didn't sign for the Eagles, and I like shudder. I'm like, oh shit, no, don't have those bad thoughts. Just as you say this, bro, Bruno Fernando has checked into the game to secure the tank. I swear to God, he's just here to just elbow Zubats in the chest. Oh my God, he got a basket. Oh my God, Bruno Fernando scored. Yo, why do you like bringing this shit up? You know what's extra fucked up about this, Luca? I was at the game. Not only was I at the game, it happened right in front of me. Happened right in front of me. Literally, I had great seats to that game, bro. I was like 30 rows from the field, right in front of where he dropped that ball. Pissed me the fuck off. He's a Maryland legend? I thought he was a Pennsylvania legend. Oh, Bruno Fernando is a Maryland legend. Okay, true. But fuck that guy still. He's horrible. Somebody hit a floater to cut the lead to 10. I kind of missed who it was, though. It's 12:30, and the zoning out is happening. Norman Powell. To be honest, Bruno Fernando, great defense there. I can't hate. I'll never forgive Bruno Fernando for playing like a traffic cone against Naz Reid in 2019 March Madness. What school was Naz Reid on? My guy Luca's talking like a motivational speaker. I hear it. You know what? This makes sense. LSU makes sense. Ochai from the corner cuts the lead to 7. I feel like Scotty Barnes is clean shaven, and he's not normally clean shaven. He needs to grow some facial hair. But yeah, no, like LSU, if you were to, I don't know. The thing is like, obviously my main exposure to LSU is the football team. But if I had to imagine what their basketball team was like, I'd imagine physical and aggressive. And Naz Reid, that makes sense. Yes. 2 thumbs up. Yes. What the hell? We're taking our first round pick all day. Also, bro, have you seen what we've done with non-top 10 first round picks? In the grand scheme of things, because what? The only top 10 first round pick we've had, like, period, is Scotty, right? So, what we did with Grady outside of the top 10. No, I think we would do well. How many NBA games do you think Chomche plays in this season? 7. I think he plays like 7 at the end of the year. If I cared, if this mattered enough, I would do some research into when the G League season ends, and like roughly when in the schedule that is. Oh yeah, Pirtle was a ninth pick. He was the ninth pick. The Andrea Bargnani pick that I, for a good year in advance, was praying that this pick would turn into Jamal Murray. And when he went to Denver, my heart hurt. I was pissed. I wanted Jamal. Like, there's these random college players that like I really wanted. So I really wanted Jamal Murray. I really wanted Buddy Hield. I actually really wanted Damian Lillard. But yeah, Buddy Hield and Jamal Murray. Who else? I really wanted Kemba. I really wanted Kemba. That pissed me off. Ochai might be top 7 pick with him scoring. Yo, think about how far he's come since we used to call him Shanghai Agbaji. And think about how far he's come, man. Inspirational story. I bet you didn't know the Cowboys. Oh, yeah, because they traded with us for that pick, right? You were praying. Oh, okay. That would only leave 2 weeks. That would only leave 2 weeks, which, yeah, okay, maybe less than 7, maybe 5. Maybe 5. I was praying hard for Devin Booker. Yeah, I slept on him, bro. I didn't know he was this good. Zubats being defended by Bruno Fernando. This is why he's in the game, to deal with the physicality of Zubats. To be honest, Bruno Fernando has done a good job against Zubats. Devin Booker is overrated. I think he's fairly rated as a talent. I think ultimately we don't judge players off talent. We judge them off like their ability to lead their team to success, and he obviously is lacking in that regard. So yeah, I mean, he probably deserves hate if that's the angle you're looking at. But bro, in terms like, I think his shot making ability is phenomenal. I'd say 12 games. He'll get a few where he plays both G League and NBA the same day. He gets locked up easily. Um, eh, I think that's just like generally the perils of being a short guard. I think that's the life of every short guard to a certain extent. Like, if you have a dynamite 6'4" guard, simply other teams can just put a dynamic like 6'8" wing defender, and that'll give the guard problems. The thing that's supposed to happen there is that most teams aren't built to be able to guard a guard with a forward and then still function offensively the other way. And your dynamite guard is supposed to be able to play make out of that situation. Yeah, in terms of Phoenix, I think a big issue for Phoenix is that they've never really had a good team. Like, their teams have always had shortcomings. Like, the way they lost to Luka and Jokic back-to-back years, it shows the deficiencies in the team. Grady from 3 misses. Boucher battling under the rim gets an and one. Do you like Ben Simmons as a basketball player? No, as a person, yes. I think he's hilarious. Like, I know a lot of people don't like him for the shenanigans, but I think the shenanigans are funny. Personally, and here's the thing, I am an Eagles fan, but I also think that Philadelphia sports fans are hilarious. So I think the way he triggers them, to me, is just amusing. Losing to the Nuggets wasn't a surprise. 100%. 100% it wasn't a surprise. If the Jazz offered the number 3 pick in the draft for Grady, would you take it? So what? You're trading Grady for Dylan Harper? What would it be? If the assumption is that Flag and Ace Bailey are going 1 and 2? Probably. Yeah, probably. I hate Philly fans as well. 100%, man. Especially like whenever I'm at Eagles games, I usually look around and I'm like, bro, if we didn't have the same agenda, I don't think I would like you guys. Oh yeah. That game 7 versus Luca was different. Boston fans are the worst. This is true. Even their hockey fans. Like I'm not really a hockey guy like that, but my family's from Vancouver, so when I do follow hockey, like I try to see how the Canucks are doing. So obviously when they went to the Stanley Cup final and got smacked by Boston in Game 7, uh, that was like my first exposure to Boston fans, and I was like, yeah, these people are trash. But here's the thing, though. I've actually been to a Patriots game in New England, and I will say the Patriots environment is so unique. Um, you can tell how much success they've seen just by how chill they are. Like they're not like a fan base that gets like really rattled. Because I actually saw them play Josh Allen and the Bills when they still had Brady. I think it was Brady's last year, maybe his second last year. No, I think it was his last year. Um, so like Josh Allen and the Bills were doing well, but it's just like I've felt the Eagles fans in a stadium in Lincoln Financial Field like just stress the fuck out and get really tense over things going bad, right? You could tell the Patriots fans are just always chill. And then the other thing that's unique about them is that I've never heard a stadium get so quiet when the offense has the ball. Like every stadium tells the fans to shut up when the offense has the ball, but bro, in New England they actually shut the hell up. Like I was maybe 30 rows from the back and I could hear Brady. Like we can all hear Brady. It's quiet as fuck down there. Like they actually are like you can just tell, man, seasoned football fans because they've been passionately cheering on that team on for a while. I watched the first half and then I watched the second half. But yeah, I was home. Raptors cut the lead to 4:30 to go. That's how I feel if I knew the commissioner had my team's back. That's funny. I think they began to feel like because of Deflategate that the commissioner didn't like them. Bruno Fernando with the rim protection. Ochai in transition around Harden gets the layup to fall, and it's a 2-point game. I can't lie. Bruno Fernando, his defense changed the game, and I pledged from now on to not slander him anymore. I've been very critical of him, but he did his job. I think the offense was better when Davion was starting point guard because he's not taking volume shots like IQ. Davion was more true. It's a big change. It's a really big change in terms of usage from Davion to IQ. That being said, though, I don't know. Like, I think it might just be an off day because I do think that the offensive lineup, especially without Scotty, does need the shots. It's just not working today, but I do think we need the shots. Shout out to you keep saying this, Luca, but bro, he's not gonna take over in this context. As the first option, teams are not letting him get to his spots, and he's not good enough to do anything about it. Like, we just need to keep playing team basketball. Ochai leads. Does he lead the game in scoring? Fuck off. Ochai has more points than anybody in this game. You know what? Let Ochai run ISO possessions. Fuck it. Why not? Yo, if the Clippers lose this game, Steve Ballmer should have to sell the team. You cannot lose to a tanking Raptors team. Norman Powell tries to get around Grady, passes to the corner. IQ steals it. No. Wait, what did they call here? What did they call? A timeout? Thank God. Okay. The fact that no Raptors ran to Emmanuel quickly there is crazy. You actually see teams. You see teammates looking at him, seeing him falling. They're all running in transition. Look at them. They see quickly in the corner and they start sprinting down the court. Brother, he does not have his balance. He needs an outlet. And everybody made themselves not a passing option. My goodness. Thank God somebody had the wherewithal to take a timeout. That would have been a frustrating turnover. Would have been a frustrating turnover. Luca, are you going to watch football tomorrow? Let me know if you're going to. RJ going to hit 5 shots back to back to back right now. I love the optimism. No, I'm not talking about the Cowboys. I'm talking about just football generally. That was a big steal by IQ there. I got fixated with the stupidity of nobody making themselves available for a pass. That was a great steal. Reading the play, reading Powell going to the basket, knowing that he probably didn't have a passing option, and jumping into a potential passing lane. Quickly to the basket, draws contact. Oh, this possession has gone to shit offensively. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bruno Fernando dunks. Holy shit. Man, the way he bailed us out there, the pass in the pick and roll wasn't even crisp. Okay, I have to take back all Bruno Fernando slander. Okay, hold on. Oh shit. Terrence Mann, step back from the mid-range, front rim. Nobody's there to get the rebound. Norman Powell collapses the defense. That's a charge. Oh no. They call that a blocking foul. They got to review that. Darko, you got to review that. If there was one position the Raptors could improve to become a top 6 East team this season without giving up any first-round picks, what would that position be? Huh. Okay, before I throw something out, Digger Ocean, would it be against... I would say 2 guard or 3, right? Because if we got a 2 or a 3 that was really, really good and we could kick Grady to the bench, now all of a sudden we have a strong starting 5 and Grady off the bench. Yeah, I think we probably can get that. Yeah, that was a crazy call. But yeah, Luca, if you're watching football tomorrow, tap in with my NFL channel. I'll drop the link in the chat right now. We do Sunday Night Football watch-alongs where we watch the game and talk about all the day's football. We got the game tied up 95-95. Here it is, Luca. Or anybody else watching this right now. We'll be doing a Sunday Night Football watch-along tomorrow. Oh my God, what a block by Bruno. This guy's playing amazing defense. Wait, they called a foul? They called a foul? No chance. No chance. That was a smooth cut by Boucher. But yeah, Luca said, fuck the politics. I'm saying I'm saying them by their old name. That's crazy. I haven't seen this name in a long time. You're doing the most. Harden attempting a second free throw. Oh, they're definitely not winning. They're definitely not winning. 2-point game again. IQ, pump fake, rolls, puts up the floater. There's definitely contact there. These referees suck. Norman Powell from 3 knocks it down. Yes, Boucher definitely wants his bag, bro. He's playing for a check. Grady passes to IQ. We have no offensive execution, man. The fact that IQ and Bruno pick and rolls are what we're going to down the stretch tells you the entire story about our team. There's a bunch of contact there, and there's still no call, man. Three-point game. A steal by Boucher goes the other way, and we have a 1-point game. With a 1-point game, 1:15 to go. I think this is the first close game I've had in a watch along this year, so I'm grateful for that. TGK TV says beat the Clippers for us Mavs fans. Damn, I got 2 Mavs fans in the chat. Let's go. We're gonna try our best, but no guarantees, my guy. We are a tanking team. We have Bruno Fernando on the court right now. But we're gonna do our best, my guy. We're gonna do our best. IQ dribbles the ball into Zubac's foot, and they call a kickball. And I think that this is a hell of a bailout call. I don't think this is a kickball at all. But I'll take it. I'll take it. We've had a lot of calls go against us, so I'll take it. Are they reviewing this? No, they're not. I don't even hate Clippers no more. Their team for life. Yeah, you can't hate a team that sucks. Like I used to hate the Lakers, and then they had the Jeremy Lin, Jordan Hill years, and I was like, I can't really hate this team anymore. IQ 3 puts it down. Let's go. Huge 3 from Emmanuel quickly. Ties the game up. 102, 38 to go. Okay, we're gonna catch the replay here, but this is, I think, a really good play drawn up by Darko out of the timeout. You see RJ passing to quickly off the ball, running around a Bruno Fernando screen. Offensive structure, people, you love to see it. When we had Nick Nurse in these big crunch time moments, there'd be no structure. He'd just give the ball to somebody and say, "Hey, create something." You love to see structure. Losing Westbrook and George fucked their team up. Nah, I mean, having Westbrook kind of fucked their team up. The fact that they were in a position where they needed him, that was rough. But yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, yeah, the injuries messed their team up first. Then the injuries preventing them from wanting to pay Paul George obviously put them in a compromising position. In hindsight, they probably should have traded Paul George. You know, the RJ so love in here is real. Clippers weren't going to achieve anything after 2020. Yeah, the bubble was their first and only shot. First shot, only shot, last shot. And then a Canadian packed Kawhi after leaving the Raptors, man. What a beautiful full circle moment. Paul George wasn't the issue. I mean, his injuries are part of the issue, though. Okay, 38 seconds to go. Clippers in the bonus. Norman Powell. Oh, bullshit. Horrible call there. Puts Norman Powell on the free throw line. He was in the process of losing his handle as well. Here's what it is. Shout out the referees, man. They want to make sure we secure this draft pick. That's what I see. Misses the first free throw. Okay. Can we go 2 for 1? We only have one timeout left. Norman Powell, Raptors legend. Norman Powell makes the second 1-point game. Okay, we got to try to go 2 for 1 here. Quickly. Hurry up. Do this quickly. Oh my God. He beats Terrence Mann, goes to the basket, gets contact. No call. Man. Okay, he got the 2 for 1. That was important. He should have got the bucket. This Bruno Fernando foul here is bullshit too. But like, there was enough contact here. Actually, you know what? I lied. There was not enough contact. The angle from the top showed it. It looked like the contact sent quickly to the ground, but no. Me and my brother used to joke about how doing plays like he's the lowest IQ player ever. What? Harden gets to shoot the free throws? Since when did Harden get fouled? I thought Terrence Mann got fouled. Harden misses a free throw too. Steve Ballmer is pissed. Oh, this wipes away the 2 for 1 as well. We could have taken our time if this is the result we would have gotten. Yo, Luka, I just want to know, like, when did this start? When did your fierce support for RJ Barrett start? And did RJ ever send you that second payment? RJ backing down Terrence Mann to the basket. No call. And free throws for the Clippers. Well, RJ did get a good switch here. This is just about all you can ask for. Gets to his spot, and he just smokes the look. RJ is the modern day Kevin Garnett. Yo, so we have Kevin Garnett and Dwight Howard in RJ and Scotty. That's crazy. Yo, shout out the Clippers, man. Missing free throws like they got Raptors jerseys on. I know they took a whole lot from our franchise. I didn't know they also took bad free throws with them as well. They took Castleberry, Kawhi, Norman Powell, somebody else as well, another coach from the Raptors. RJ is the modern day Iman Shumpert. I don't even know, man. I don't even know if there is a comparison. Norman Powell. And the Raptors take a timeout. Don't force overtime and piss me off. I don't want to see it. RJ reminds me of Charles Barkley. Yo, so he's a Charles Barkley and Kevin Garnett hybrid. This is wild. I've never heard anything like this. Shout out to you though, man. Again, I appreciate the fandom and the enthusiasm. That's crazy though. Hey, Luca, I have a quick question. How old are you? You can say a range. You don't have to say like the exact age if you don't want to. I wonder what we're gonna drop. I think if the Thunder call you and offer 3 picks and a swap, what? Hold on, 3 first round picks? Yo, yes. Marcus, did you watch my last video? We have to make a call on RJ, I think, between now and this upcoming offseason. And again, if we tank and we get a really good piece, bro, RJ is not a number 1 or 2 option long term. I'm not in the business of paying him or overpaying him if he's nothing better than a number 3. I'm not with paying him more than number 3 money, and I think he's gonna want it. So no, RJ's got to go at that point. But yes, this is a valid point. Why on earth would the Thunder do that? Oh no, the Clippers are playing a dirty game here. Oh no, they fouled Jakob Pertl. This is what I'm saying. We cannot pay him the max. Oh no, they fouled Jakob Pertl. In a 3-point game, they're gonna send Jakob Pertl to the free throw line to split the free throws. You guys don't even have to watch right now. Just rest assured he's gonna split these free throws. This is incredibly smart coaching by Ty Lue. Makes the first one, so he's gonna miss the second one. Hopefully, we get the offensive rebound. Bruno Fernando checks in the game for Jamison Battle, playing a little offense defense now. Jamison Battle shaved his beard into a goatee, and I think that's a bad mistake. Grow the beard back. He misses the second, gets the rebound, puts the shot up, misses the shot. Bruno Fernando almost gets the rebound. Yo, Jakob Pertl almost executed something crazy there. He actually successfully missed the ball back to himself. He just couldn't get the shot to fall. Even Nick Batum is saying, like, bro, you kind of did that. In Team Canada, he's their best player. Nah, it's Shea, but he's number 2. RJ gives the Thunder a legit third option. Bro, they can get a legit third option for less than 3 picks in a swap, I think. They could also probably just grow one themselves. But yeah, okay. Shout out to all the people still tapped in. 11 people watching live. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Those are very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. YouTube does not know how to identify good content. It needs your help to do so. So by engaging with the content, that's how you signal to YouTube that it's good content. We'll be back on, I think, Monday or Tuesday. Let me just double check before I leave. We'll be back. Yep, Tuesday. Actually, Tuesday is a really special watch along. So we're gonna do a watch along for Raptors Bucks, and at the same time, I'm gonna have Duke. I think they're playing UNC, Duke and UNC on another screen, and we're gonna do a double watch along where we watch the Raptors tank for Cooper Flag, and we watch Cooper Flag at the same time. So tune in on Tuesday for a double watch along. We got a big game happening. This is true though. SGA and RJ do have chemistry. But yeah, it is what it is, people. We're gonna be back on Tuesday. I'm doing an NFL stream tomorrow. I already put my channel in the chat for those of you who want to subscribe there for that. But yeah, like I said, hey Luca, I need you to subscribe because I need you to come back because you had the chat popping. I appreciate you for that. So if I see that my subscribers don't go up by 1 after this, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna fuck you up. But yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Pertl had time to land before taking that last shot. Yeah, he hurried it. He hurried it for sure. It is what it is, though, man. We're just not a good team. We're losing games, and we're gonna get Cooper Flag hopefully. But yeah, like I said, be back Tuesday. Big watch along coming Tuesday. Make sure you guys are there. I'll see you guys then. Have a good time, and be back on Tuesday.